This is KGW News at noon.
Starting next month, you will not have to wear a face mask in healthcare facilities. Oregon and Washington announced today they're lifting those mandates. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brenda Braxton. The new masking rules in both states will take effect on April 3rd. This applies to workers, patients, and visitors in clinics, hospitals, dental offices, and all other healthcare settings. Authorities are relaxing the rules in part because they're seeing fewer COVID patients dying or being hospitalized nationwide. However, the Oregon Health Authority and the Washington Department of Health say patients and doctors can continue to wear a mask if they choose. They also strongly recommend masking for anyone with COVID symptoms or people with a compromised immune system. Oregon's health authority is looking for a new director. Today, the governor's office announced interim director James Schroeder will step down later this month. He says he plans to spend more time with his family. Priorities for the next director include expanding access to mental health and addiction services. The FDA announcing it is cracking down on an animal tranquilizer that's been tied to drug overdoses. It's called xylazine, and it's getting mixed in with deadly drugs like fentanyl. KGW's Catherine Cook has more on the story.
It's the drug making headlines around the U.S. Some call it tranq, others the zombie drug. Its real name, xylazine, a veterinary medication used to sedate animals. On the black market, xylazine is acting like water on a grease fire in a country already fully engulfed in an opioid crisis. More deaths, more ODs, and in some users, a skin rash that can range from minor to severe.
The idea that skin ulcers that lead to surgeries, maybe even amputations, it's horrific.
Dr. Amanda Risser works at Central City Concern in Portland. She's Senior Medical Director of Substance Use Disorder Services. So far, she says xylazine doesn't appear to have reached Oregon's drug supply the way it's gripped other states. She's only heard of 2 possible but unconfirmed cases here. Right now, Risser and others in harm reduction are monitoring local drug supplies for xylazine and spreading the word among users.
It may be there, and just I'm not seeing the fallout yet. And so I think everyone is at risk for being exposed to xylazine when they're using opioids these days, just as everyone right now is being exposed to fentanyl.
As with so many drugs, Risser says those taking xylazine likely don't realize it. It's an adulterant, often mixed with fentanyl, which many users smoke. Some evidence shows xylazine causes users to become sleepier and more prone to overdose.
There's just a lot of stuff that happens when you make things in a lab.
And there are other complications that can lead to serious skin wounds like these. When users build tolerance to smoking the xylazine-laced drugs, many turn to injecting them. If xylazine is present, Risser says it can cause blood vessels to constrict, starving the skin of blood and oxygen.
All the things that, help you heal from a wound when it occurs or an infection. So it's kind of a breakdown of the skin's immune system.
As harm reduction networks prepare to treat those symptoms in Portland, they hope what they're seeing in other cities will help them to be ready. Catherine Cook, KGW News.
U.S. Senators Ron Wyden and Jeff Merkley announced Oregon will get almost $2 million in federal grants to develop affordable housing. The money will go to 5 cities: Portland, Redmond, Roseburg, Sherwood, and Springfield. The senators say the grants will also create job opportunities. The Portland Housing Center and Reach Community Development of Portland will get almost half of that $2 million. Okay, let's head back to the Weather Center now. Rod, you have a snow advisory to tell us about.
Yeah, this is for later tonight into tomorrow morning. So just FYI, this will be a concern. It's actually a winter storm warning for the Coast Range. And absolutely, the Coast Range looks like a pretty good shot of snow later tonight and especially tomorrow morning. Could be 6 to 12 inches over the high passes of Highway 6 and 26. Lesser amounts over much of the mountain range there. And then what Brenda alluded to, an advisory for snow has been issued for tomorrow morning mainly from the Weather Service. This is for the North Valley, including Portland, and then up into southwest Washington for 1 to 3 inches of sticking snow. Now, let me be clear. If the weather information I'm looking at right now is absolutely correct, We would not have snow in the morning. What we would have would be, in Portland anyway, temperatures holding in the mid-30s and kind of a rain-snow mix in the air. But it's another system. It's going to be a close call. So if that's a concern, snow in the morning, make sure you keep updated before you head out tomorrow morning for your plans. Right now, it's scattered shower activity. It's been mostly rain below 1,000 feet. We expect that to continue this afternoon. Current temperature 44 degrees and will be in the 40s into the mid-evening hours. Brenda, of course, will break that snow chance down more coming up.
All right. See you then. Thanks, Rod. A bill to pump the brakes on ODOT's plan to toll freeways through the metro area is now moving through the legislature. It would prohibit tolls on Interstates 5 and 205. But the clock is ticking because ODOT plans to start tolling cars this fall, specifically on the Abernathy and Tualatin River bridges near Oregon City. The money from those tolls would pay for extra lanes, among other things, and drivers would pay more if they travel during rush hour. Here's the former state lawmaker who helped write the bill explaining why that kind of congestion pricing won't work.
One of the goals of congestion pricing, which is to move people, encourage them to take transit rather than their automobile to their different services. Where ODOT is starting in the South Metro area, tolling multiple places on the Abernathy and the Tualatin Bridge areas, South 205, between Gladstone and Tualatin. There is no transit service. There is no TriMet. There is no passenger bus service.
The only tolls this bill would allow is on the I-5 bridge across the Columbia River. And now to a traffic alert for drivers who use the Morrison Bridge here in Portland. It's closing starting tonight at 10 until 5 o'clock Monday morning. No cars, bikes, or pedestrians can cross it. This is all part of the Morrison Bridge paint project that will wrap up this fall.